What if I told you that you could exercise every single day for the next 100 days? Eat your protein faithfully, take all your supplements, and still lose muscle, night after night? What if I told you the problem wasn't your workout or your diet, but the very vitamins you're taking, and more importantly, when you're taking them? I've been a physician for decades, and I've seen this story play out again and again in my patients here in the U.S. Men and women in their 60s, 70s, even their 80s, hard-working, disciplined, committed to their health. They walk around the neighborhood every morning. They lift light weights in the garage. They prepare protein-rich meals just like their doctor told them to. And yet, the mirror doesn't lie. Their arms look thinner, their legs weaker. They notice it when carrying groceries feels harder, or when climbing stairs leaves them breathless. Some even admit that standing up from the couch takes more effort than it used to. This isn't just about appearance, it's about independence. Muscle loss after 60, what we call sarcopenia, can mean the difference between living on your own or relying on someone else for the basics of life. Here's the part almost no one talks about. Muscles aren't built in the gym, and they aren't built at the dinner table. Muscles are built while you sleep. Close to 70% of your body's muscle repair and growth happens between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. And yet, most seniors completely miss this window of opportunity. Why? Because they're taking the wrong vitamins at the wrong time, sabotaging the very process their body depends on to stay strong. Think about it. Maybe you take your daily multivitamin with dinner. Maybe you wash it down with an evening glass of orange juice or tea. You think you're doing something healthy, but inside your body, you may actually be turning off the very switches that tell your muscles to grow. But here's the good news. If you give your body the right nutrients at night, while you sleep, you can actually reverse this process. You can wake up stronger. You can protect your independence, your balance, and your confidence. And you can do it without spending extra hours in the gym or choking down more protein shakes. In fact, I'm going to show you 2 simple vitamins that work better and faster than magnesium ever could. Vitamins that most Americans overlook. But that can make the difference between waking up weaker or waking up with stronger, healthier muscles, even at 65, 75, or 85 years old. And just as important, I'll reveal the 3 supplements you should never take at night. 3 common vitamins that millions of seniors are swallowing every evening, thinking they're doing the right thing, when in reality, they're quietly destroying muscle growth in their sleep. I can almost guarantee you've taken at least one of them this week. One of my patients, an 81-year-old retired teacher, once told me, "Doctor, I do everything right. I walk, I eat well, I even take all my vitamins, but I feel weaker every morning." It broke my heart to tell her that her bedtime vitamin routine, something she thought was helping, was actually standing in her way. Once we adjusted her timing and focused on the right nighttime nutrients, her recovery skyrocketed. Within weeks, she was climbing stairs with energy again. That's why I'm sharing this with you. Because no one should lose muscle and independence simply because they weren't told the truth. So before you swallow another pill tonight, before you pour another so-called healthy drink before bed, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly which vitamins you should take before sleep to supercharge your muscle repair and which ones you must absolutely avoid if you want to keep your strength, your energy, and your freedom. Let me start with the truth most seniors never hear. Muscles don't grow in the gym, and they don't grow at the dinner table. Muscles grow while you sleep. Research shows that nearly 70% of your muscle repair and rebuilding happens between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. A 4-hour window when your body is quietly doing the heavy lifting. Think of it like road crews repairing a highway. During the day, cars are flying by, traffic is non-stop, and fixing the road would be impossible. But at night, when everything slows down, that's when the real repairs get done. Your muscles work the same way. They need that quiet window of deep sleep to patch damage, lay down new fibers, and strengthen your body for tomorrow. But here's the scary part. If you take the wrong supplements at night, you're basically sending the road crew home before the job is done. You wake up weaker instead of stronger. And that's why I'm going to show you the exact vitamins to take at night and the ones you must avoid so you give your body the tools it needs to rebuild. But let's start with the easiest win, the vitamin that flips on the very switch for muscle growth while you sleep. Most people think of vitamin D3 as the sunshine vitamin for bones. But let me tell you, this nutrient is just as critical for your muscles. And almost no senior is getting enough of it. When you take vitamin D3 at night, something powerful happens. It activates receptors in your muscle cells called VDRs, vitamin D receptors. These receptors are like light switches. When they're turned on, your muscles absorb calcium and phosphorus from the food you ate during the day. Without that switch flipped, all the calcium from your milk or salmon just passes through you. Wasted. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Those same receptors also trigger your body to produce more testosterone while you sleep. Testosterone isn't just a young man's hormone. It's the master signal for muscle repair in both men and women. With low vitamin D3, your testosterone can flatline overnight. With enough vitamin D3, it surges while you sleep, telling your body to actually use the protein you ate to build new muscle. Harvard researchers proved this. In a study of 400 seniors with low vitamin D, those who took daily D3 gained an average of 2.8 pounds of muscle in just 8 months. The control group, who didn't take it, barely added 0.4 pounds. That's nearly a 7 times difference simply by correcting one deficiency. And here's the kicker. Most seniors get less than 400 IU of vitamin D from sunlight and diet combined. A single salmon fillet contains more vitamin D than most people get in a week. That's why supplementation is essential. The sweet spot is 2,000 to 4,000 IU taken with your evening meal that includes healthy fats because vitamin D is fat soluble. Think salmon with olive oil, roasted mushrooms with butter, or even a glass of fortified whole milk before bed. Let me paint a picture. Imagine your body as a construction site. Vitamin D3 is the foreman. Without the foreman, the crew shows up but doesn't know what to do. With D3 present, orders are clear, tools are used, and the muscle fibers get built. But here's the truth. Vitamin D3 alone isn't enough. Even if you flip the switch, your muscles still need fuel for the actual repair work. And that's where the second nutrient comes in. A mineral so many Americans are deficient in that it might shock you. If vitamin D3 is the switch, zinc is the fuel. More than 300 enzymes in your body depend on zinc to function, and many of those enzymes are directly responsible for rebuilding muscle tissue at night. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone, the hormone that drives muscle repair. But here's the secret. Growth hormone can't do its job without zinc. It's like putting gas in your car without a spark plug. The engine is there, but it never turns over. Now, here's the alarming fact: nearly 40% of seniors in the U.S. are zinc deficient, and doctors almost never test for it. Low zinc doesn't just slow down muscle repair. It delays wound healing, lowers testosterone, and blocks your muscles from absorbing the amino acids you worked so hard to eat. That's why some seniors can drink protein shakes every day and still lose muscle. The University of Michigan studied 120 zinc-deficient seniors over 12 weeks. Those who took 20 milligrams of zinc daily increased muscle protein synthesis by 34% and recovered from exercise 40% faster. The researchers even found that zinc flips on genetic switches that tell your muscles to grow stronger. So what's the fix supplement with 15-30 milligrams of bioavailable zinc? Ideally 2 hours before bed with a full glass of water. Or boost your diet with oysters. Just 3 medium oysters pack more than your entire daily zinc needs. Beef, pumpkin seeds, And beans are also rich American staples. I'll never forget a patient of mine, a 76-year-old veteran who told me, "Doc, I eat steak twice a week, but I still feel sore for days after a simple workout." We tested his zinc levels, they were rock bottom. Once he supplemented, his soreness vanished in weeks, and he told me he finally felt like his body was listening to him again. But here's the catch: even if you take vitamin D3 and zinc, you could still destroy all your hard work if you're also taking the wrong supplements at night. And sadly, these are the very ones most Americans think are safe. B complex, the false energy trap. B vitamins are marketed as energy boosters, and they are, but the last thing you want at night is a nervous system stuck in high gear. Taking B complex after dinner spikes your metabolism, raises your heart rate, and suppresses melatonin. That means less deep sleep, less growth hormone, and more cortisol, the stress hormone that literally breaks down muscle. I've seen patients like Margaret, 87 years old, who kept getting weaker despite exercising. The culprit. She was popping her B complex right after dinner. Switching it to breakfast changed everything. But B complex isn't the only surprise. Another healthy vitamin could be shutting down your repair cycle in an even sneakier way. Vitamin C, the silent saboteur. Vitamin C has a halo. It's great for immunity, skin, and healing. But timing matters. At night, your muscles need a little oxidative stress to trigger growth. When you flood your system with high-dose vitamin C before bed, you blunt that signal. Translation: your muscles never get the message to repair. And on top of that, vitamin C stimulates norepinephrine, keeping your brain more alert than it should be. Harold, a 79-year-old retired teacher, learned this the hard way. He was drinking 1,000 ml of vitamin C with his nightly bone broth. His sleep was wrecked, and his muscle strength was slipping. Moving his vitamin C to the morning turned it all around. And if you thought that was surprising, the final culprit is something so common you probably consumed it this week, maybe even today. Caffeine, the hidden destroyer. We all know caffeine in the evening is bad for sleep, but most seniors don't realize it's hidden in supplements, pre-workout powders, even some fat burners. Caffeine blocks adenosine, the chemical that tells your brain it's time to rest. It also raises cortisol, chopping into your deep sleep cycles. And here's the kicker: seniors who consumed caffeine within 6 hours of bedtime lost 28% more lean muscle over 10 weeks compared to caffeine-free seniors, even when both groups ate the same protein. I remember Gloria, an 81-year-old retired nurse. She was faithfully taking a nighttime metabolism booster without realizing it contained 150 milligrams of caffeine. Her progress stalled. Once she cut it, her grip strength improved by nearly 20% in just a month. So now you know the truth. 2 vitamins can supercharge your muscle growth at night, while 3 common ones can quietly tear it all down. But the real question is, how do you put this knowledge into practice, starting tonight? So let's bring everything together. Tonight, you learned that muscle growth after 60 isn't just about exercise, protein, or the latest supplement. It's about timing. Your body does nearly 70% of its repair work while you sleep. And if you don't give it the right vitamins during that critical window, you're essentially closing the door on your own recovery. That's why vitamin D3 and zinc are so powerful. D3 flips the switch inside your muscle cells, helping them absorb calcium, phosphorus, and even supporting testosterone so your body actually uses the protein you ate during the day. Zinc fuels the enzymes and hormones that rebuild your fibers hour by hour, keeping soreness low and recovery fast. Together, they give your body the exact signals it needs to wake up stronger, not weaker. And just as important, we uncovered the 3 common nighttime traps you must avoid: B complex, vitamin C, and caffeine. Taken in the evening, they work against you, raising cortisol, shutting down repair signals, or wrecking your sleep. They may look harmless, but they quietly steal your strength when you need it most. Now, here's the bigger picture. This isn't just about muscles. This is about independence, about freedom, about dignity. Strong muscles mean you can carry your groceries, climb your stairs, hug your grandkids, and live life on your own terms. Weak muscles, they mean falls, fractures, dependence, and fear. I don't want that for you, and I know you don't want that for yourself. So tonight, before bed, I want you to look at your vitamin routine. Ask yourself, are you giving your body the right support, or are you unknowingly tearing down what you've worked so hard to build? Small changes done consistently can add up to massive results over weeks and months. And I'm here with you every step of the way. My mission is simple: to give you the clearest, science-backed, and practical health strategies so you can stay strong, sharp, and independent for years to come. If this video opened your eyes, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest tips that could literally change the way you age. And now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 nighttime traps have you been taking without realizing the damage? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and I'd love to know your story. Remember, your health is worth protecting. Your strength is worth rebuilding, and your best years can still be ahead of you.